Hey y'all, there is so much happening in my butterfly garden right now, starting with a story about a sweet little butterfly. And no, I didn't get it on camera when it was agitated because I put my camera down to save it. But, well, you'll see. Here you go. I happened to go in my outdoor butterfly enclosure and I noticed this little pipevine swallowtail had just declosed and was getting ready to dry its wings. And for whatever reason, the butterfly got really panicky and started moving around really fast, looking for the right spot. And I knew it had to be still for its wings to dry. So I tried to get it on my finger and take it up to a safe enclosure in my garden room, and it dropped off my finger and landed here on my Rudbeckia hirta. So I stayed with it while it finished the process of pumping the fluid out of its abdomen and into its wings so they could fill out completely, lay flat, and dry perfectly. This is crucial for the butterfly to be able to fly. And this process, if it doesn't happen right, the wings will be wrinkled and the butterfly can't fly. So here we were hanging out together in the garden, me just letting this gorgeous butterfly do its thing. And as soon as it looked ready, I got it on my hand and we hung out for a moment. Look how perfect it is. And I walked it up to the garden room. I love the colors of blue on it. In a minute, I get a close shot so you can see up close. So the blue's like a cobalt blue on the wings. Look at that. And its body is the same shade of blue. Pipevine swallowtail. So I put it in the enclosure so it could practice flying, strengthen its wings, do all the things butterflies need to do to be ready to take on the world. And here we go. It's flying free in my garden. I love it. Okay, you guys. So here is why I save my broken clay pots. I just have a little pile of them in my garden, and they are great for standing up plants that are sprawling over. And I literally just lift the plant up, stuff the broken piece in, and it holds them up. Isn't that fabulous? Doesn't that look better? Now I have to pull the weeds that were under it. I've done this in other locations in my garden too. It really does a good job holding the zinnias up in this container. I ordered more pipevine from Joyful Butterfly. Yay! Love Joyful Butterfly. And then my previous order from Joyful Butterfly, I went ahead and started potting those up and getting ready to move them out to grow deeper into their 1-gallon pots out in my garden. And I cannot have too much pipevine in my garden for those polynama swallowtail butterflies and the pipevine swallowtails. So I'm out of room in my little pop-up enclosures that I showed you in the last video. So for these plants, I'm going to try something a little different. Remember those plastic cloches? I am going to try putting them over them and see how that goes in my garden. I have to put the little dowel in so they don't blow off when we get the occasional storm. And I worry that they might get too much condensation and moisture and the leaves might want to rot, but we'll see. I want to keep them covered so they can grow and thrive and not get butterfly eggs laid on them and have little caterpillars munching them down to nothing again. And I don't want to use the wire cloches because the plants will grow their vines in and out of the wires and make it very difficult to extricate from the cloche later on. So that's why I'm trying the plastic. We'll see how it goes. So this is one of my wetland gardens, and the nearly sunflower and Elliot's aster are trying to take it over. But in my back work area, I have some wetland pots that are just sitting there holding water. So I decided to yank out literally some of the nearly sunflowers growing in that area and plant them in those wetland pots. I think they'll do fabulously there. Where I have them situated, they get full blazing sun. And these two pots were just sitting back here ready to receive wetland plants. So it was the perfect opportunity to rehome these narrow-leaf sunflowers. And I just love that. That inspiration just came to me. It's fabulous. But then up on top above these guys, I had another smaller pot, and I knew there's some Elliot's aster over there too. So of course I pulled out an Elliot's aster, just one, because they were actually growing in the back where I kind of want them to be. But I just thought it'd be cool to have one back in my work area also. So I got one of those, and then in the walkway was a lizard's tail. So I grabbed that too. I think they'll make a good combination. And off they're gonna go to live in a wetland pot. I'm actually trying to make my workspace pretty so that when I'm back there working, I'm surrounded by plants that I love, and I think it's pretty fabulous. So this little corner here now has a bunch of potted plants in it, and I love it. And those plants will still get to live, just in a different space. Yes, I'm starting more zinnia seeds. You can never have too many in your garden, and butterflies love them. So I have these pots back in my work area, and I'm getting them all seeded up, ready to go, ready to grow more. And to make sure nobody comes and eats my seedlings, I am covering them with my wire cloches so we can get those babies growing safely so they won't be snacked upon. I'm also scattering seeds in random pots I have throughout my garden that already have some zinnias in them, but I want to get more growing. And in front of my Mexican sunflowers, which I actually planted in the ground, and now they'll have zinnias growing up in front of them. It will be fabulous. You guys, look who was laying eggs all over my little wild lime growing back in the back corner of my garden. This is a giant swallowtail, and she's literally egg bombing my wild lime tree, well, shrub now. And yes, I'm just going to wait patiently for her to be done. And I'm going to take cuttings of all those stems and take those sweet little eggs in and raise them so they can get to become beautiful butterflies just like she is. It's fabulous. Look at these eggs. They're perfect, laid right on the tips of the plant. And here I am taking a cutting in the floral tube. And these babies are going to get to be butterflies. I love it. These are zebra longwing caterpillars that I found in my garden and quickly scooped up and moved onto a potted plant. And this is a giant Gulf fritillary I saw in my garden, and I scooped him up and brought him in too. I moved those potted passiflora incense into the enclosure with the Gulf fritillary caterpillar and those two big zebra longwing caterpillars. And they're now going to be able to safely pupate and hopefully become gorgeous butterflies, safe and snug in my outdoor enclosure. I love this so much. Look how cute he is. I spotted a lot of butterflies in the garden today. Look at this beautiful monarch. It's a little bit older. And here is a zebra longwing, which is what those white caterpillars were. And this is my pipevine swallowtail that I released at the beginning of this video. Look how beautiful it is, just nectaring away on those zinnias. I love it. Here is a polydamas swallowtail. These ones are my favorites. Oh, here's another one on the zinnias. This is my pipevine swallowtail again that I raised and released. Look at the lizard in the background. I shoot him away. And this beauty is a great purple hair streak on my sweet almond bush. Its host plant is oak mistletoe. It's gorgeous. These guys are, I think it's pronounced scolid wasps, and they are solitary insects that are not aggressive at all, and they're fabulous pollinators. They actually feed grubs to their babies. So grubs like from beetles. So if you have grasses that get eaten by beetles, you want these guys. And they love sweet scent. They are all over this sweet scent and they are loving it. And I think they're really cool. As you can see, I also enjoy photographing them. I like how when the sunlight hits their wings, there's this like iridescent blue shimmer. Fabulous. This is a Gulf fritillary nectaring on zinnias. This was the brown caterpillar that I recently moved into the enclosure you saw a moment ago. Here is another polydamas swallowtail. Oh, on Mexican sunflower. Here's another Gulf fritillary on a zinnia. Giant swallowtail on a zinnia. Those zinnias in the corner of my garden are super popular. Look at all the butterflies. And I can't tell you how challenging it is to film back here and not get the ugly blue thing in the footage because it's right behind there. There's a little closer look. Oh, hello, gorgeous. Look how beautiful. This is what it's all about. Butterflies flying everywhere, putting the plants in they need to survive. You can have this in your garden too. Hey everyone, it's Thursday now, and when I came out in my garden this morning, there was a variegated fritillary on my Passiflora incense, which is also their host. I've never had this butterfly in my garden before that I'm aware of. And I grabbed a quick photo of it too. How fabulous. Look, who is finally here. You know we've been waiting for this. This is my coneflower that I grew from seed on my Amazon storefront if you want to buy some. And look at how gorgeous it is. Finally, we've been waiting for this bloom. And y'all know my history with coneflowers has not been good. And that I grew one from seed is incredible. I love it. And look at all the future buds that are coming. When these are all blooming, this is just going to be incredible, fabulous, marvelous. So when I was filming on Tuesday, I came across this in the pot with my gazania daisies. Is what iNaturalist says is a Mexican primrose willow, which is a larval host plant to the banded sphinx moth and the water primrose hornworm moth. So you know this is going to go in a wetland pot. But what I want to know is how did it get there? Because it's a Florida native plant. But the gazania daisies I bought from that tropical plant store that does not sell native plants. So what's it doing there? I don't know. I did read like it can grow and overtake a wetland area if not maintained, which is why it's just going to go in its own wetland pot and it can take over just the pot. And now for our emoji question for the end of the video club. Yay, you made it. And thank you for watching to the end. Okay. Which animal emoji best describes your personality? I can't wait for this. Okay. And a note for members. I sent a message out to members about if you wanted some rue seeds that I collected. And I just want you to know I still haven't bought stamps because I'm bad about that, but I will get some. And a note to everyone, if you need more butterfly gardening in your life, you should become a channel member. It's less than 1 cup of coffee, gets you a whole month. And you get access to a whole library of additional videos. And what I'm starting to do, this is what's going to be fun, is I'm going to start trying to go live at least once a month with the members. And that way you guys can ask me questions. If there's something specific you want to see in my garden, I can just show it to you. I already tried one and it was a hot mess and super fun all in one. So, you know, it's very laid back and relaxed there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and please tap the like button. I'm on my way to 5,000 subscribers. If you watch my videos and for some reason haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe now. Just tap that button. All right. Bye, everyone.